Within guidance, we're going to talk about culturally appropriate positive guidance. And some of the quotes for this narration are taken from an article found on NIAC's webpage by Zeynep Izik Erkin. And as teachers provide positive, developmentally appropriate guidance for a particular behavior, they consider the issue through the lens of cultural appropriateness and important dimensions of developmentally appropriate practice. And so remember that the goals of guidance are for children to take charge of their behavior, for children to be productive, for children to think critically about their actions and to solve their own problems. And for children within this context of learning, they need the guidance or support of adults in their lives to support their development as they learn how to navigate life moments. Culturally responsive practitioners or educators use guidance challenges as teaching opportunities to explore cultural diversity, to teach children flexibility, and to value multiple perspectives. The lens of cultural appropriateness may encompass family traditions, religious beliefs, community etiquette, social class, and contextual differences such as urban, rural, and suburban practices, any of which may be a source of possible conflict between children. As they choose guidance strategies, teachers help children understand that their peers' play and behavior may look and feel different from their own because of different cultural practices. And they support children as they gradually learn to navigate different sets of expectations between home and education systems or settings. How do we provide culturally appropriate positive guidance? We understand family perspectives and practices for child development. We honor children's core identities and family values. We understand peer culture and foster a classroom community. One important aspect of child development is children's increasing adoption of and participation in family and community routines and practices. Some cultural practices, such as authoritarian parenting styles, may seem to conflict with an education program's philosophy and curriculum or with an educator's own perspective. By respecting families' viewpoints and contexts, educators support family cohesion, which is an essential aspect of social and emotional development in children, especially children whose home culture might be very different from the typical US school culture. When we use culturally appropriate positive guidance, educators are supporting the development of children's bicultural identities, honoring both their family and community context and their school context. Some home practices, again, are directly associated with the core of children's cultural identity, and so should be respected. And by respecting such practices, educators promote children's healthy social and emotional growth. In offering guidance that protects families' positions as primary caregivers and guides in their children's social and emotional growth, you are supporting the NIAC Code of Ethic Conduct that says to acknowledge families' child rearing values and their right to make decisions for their children. Most children become skilled at analyzing the cultural codes and expectations in the classroom. And rather than anticipate social cultural conflict among children when cultural incongruencies arise, teachers can observe and build on children's established and emerging abilities to adjust to different contexts. Peer culture, the stable set of routines, artifacts, values, and concerns that children produce and share with each other, is an important component of classroom culture. Teachers may gain valuable insight when they examine various elements of the peer culture in their classroom and use children's interactions to establish positive guidance. One study observed that when provided with autonomy to do so, children first monitor and regulate their peers' behaviors before they turn to themselves and apply the same strategies. This aligns with Vygotsky's statement that mental skills begin as social processes and then become internalized. Social interaction with peers during play provides children with necessary feedback to reconsider their actions, even though their home practices might be different. When educators understand children's curiosity and the challenge of digesting multiple viewpoints, they may be encouraged to provide space for children to explore differences and variations in social or individual practices through play, through group work, through class meetings, all the different ways that you can provide communication within your classroom can support children as they're navigating these different cultures that they're a part of.